Hi, I'm Dr. Sally Bell, and I'm a GP, and I specialise in lifestyle medicine and nutrition. Yeah. So halfway through my career as a GP, I always say I felt more like a pharmaceutical vending machine than I did a doctor. And I was really tired of treating diseases and not people and a part of somebody and not the whole and out of the context of their community. And often using guidelines that are very pharmaceutically driven. And so back then, I just went back to looking at the roots, of what our body needs to thrive. And, we're trained in medical school that our body is is wired for thriving and healing and feeling good. And it kind of asked the question, well, what's got wrong and what do we need to do to support that system? And so I developed a style of practice where I use sleep, movement, rest, so tackling stress, connection to self, others and purpose, and nutrition to help people recover their health. And over the last 10 years, I've guided hundreds of people back to health using that alongside conventional medicine, when needed. But that was really the start of my interest of seeing food heal. However, I never connected it to the land. I had no idea how food was being produced. And actually, it was my brother who loves his wine, and he started talking about biodynamic wine and organic wine. And he started talking about the soil. And I was like, oh, what are you talking about? And I just had no idea about intensive farming. I just still thought the cows were in the field and what have you. So it began this journey of like, gosh, well, where does my food come from? And initially it was sort of almost like an academic exercise. I was reading research and reading books, but it became a spiritual awakening, really. I fell in love with nature, and it transformed how I saw things, and food was really the route to that. And so since then I've been on this journey, visiting farmers and food producers around the UK and sort of reconnecting back to where our food comes from, and the incredible movement in that kind of regenerative or agroecological world in terms of farming with nature and producing really healthy food. And so for me, I think what CSA does that's really unique is the bit that I long for is how do we make it local, how do we make it accessible, and how can it be for the small grower like me, or or you're a small farmer, and so that's the bit where I got excited about CSA because it roots it in locality. We have, if we put CSA amongst our farmers and our food growers, as a whole, it's completely siloed from health. So we have health, with no idea how food is grown, no idea of the power of food to heal. And we have farmers who know they're growing healthy food, but don't really understand the true aspect of the impact on our nation. And I really believe that our farmers and our small food growers hold the health of our nation in our hands. They hold my children's health in their hands. And so I've always wanted to connect that story. It's one story. And actually, you see health, what we are taught is a chemical way of doing medicine. And in farming, the people have been taught a chemical way of doing farming. It's the same story. And the solutions are the same. Our bodies are wired for healing. Nature is wired for healing. But we need to work with our bodies and we need to work with nature. And so I feel like what I contribute is that bridge between those two worlds of how incredibly valuable, the work that our growers do in terms of our health and well-being. And obviously now there's the climate picture as well, like it's a solution to climate too. So for me, everything starts with healthy soils, and then we get healthy humans and a healthy planet. So that's what excites me to be part of it. And I hope I can contribute, even though I don't know much about growing, that I can, encourage people of the importance of what they're doing and the value of food. So we're here at Hampton Manor, and Hampton Manor is a 45-acre estate that specialises in immersive experiences around food. So we love to tell a story from soil to plate, and we love to create beautiful experiences to create memory, because food is so much more than tasting great or good nutrition. Food gathers us around the table. Food is the place where we meet, where we celebrate our culture, where we celebrate the good things or grieve the things in our life. And so food is just so powerful. And we as a family here at Hampton have always had a passion around bringing people around the table. So at the heart of our estate is, how can we bring you to the table and we will tempt you with some amazing food. Yeah, so we've just run a story branding session together as directors. And I think when I joined the CSA Network board and asked people, well, what do you do? I got lots of different answers. And one of the things that I know in my own life is if you confuse, you lose. Like, if people are confused about what we do, we lose people. And I think what we do is really incredible, and I want to draw as many people into that as possible. So today was about clarifying our message, you know, who we are and what do we do, and what we learned today. It's not about us. It's about you. It's about, you're the hero. You know, how can we help you, you know, in your community, to give power back to your community using, yes, our experience and our authority, but at the end of the day, the story is about you.